Ladies and gentlemen, we're in studio again. Michael and I. The maskless wonders have returned. This is the latest episode of Don't At Me with Michael and Alex.
Yes, sir.
We're in studio today, and we are joined by a man straight out of Oklahoma City. A man who came from New England, home of my Celtics, all New England sports. I can't hate too much. Man, we didn't even get a chance to run into each other when Michael and I were out in Oklahoma. But that's another story for another day.
Yes.
Today we are joined by the one, the only Sneaker Reporter.
Hey,
Travis.
Hey, thank you for joining us, man. It's gonna be a dope episode. I can't wait. I gotta give a shout out to my guys. Y'all checking out the shirt, like the purple and yellow. Yeah, I love the Lakers color. Profanity Nation, they're doing their job. Nation.
I need the custom
pretty dope.
green and white one as well for myself.
No, they only do Laker colors.
All right, well, enough of that nasty marketing.
I got you, Alex.
I bet. Man. There we go, baby. There we go.
Hey, can I get one? I've been looking for some new towels, and that seems like the perfect color to clean some stuff.
Hey, did he tell you that I got myself for Hanukkah like purple and gold toilet paper? That way I can wipe my butt with the Lakers.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Hey, you might want to clean your bottom with greatness, so I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, today we have a great discussion. Let's get going. But before we do, as always, please like and subscribe. As usual, check us out on social media at HymesLA, HYMESLA. And this is the one, the only Michael, the PG.
The PG, baby.
And now, Travis, let's jump right into it. So, my guy, you're from Boston originally. How the heck does a Celtics fan, a New England sports fan, end up in Oklahoma City being the go-to guy for sneaker reporting in Oklahoma City basketball?
So crazy, man. I mean, started with the Celtics, though. So it all started at home. You know, I was homegrown, you know, and just seeing a lot of the guys back at home covering the Celtics. Gary Washburn. You know, for
Sherrod Blakely,
Kyle Draper, a lot of the OGs. You know, they kind of
Forsberg, all of them.
Yeah, a lot of them put their arms around me. You know, really, yeah, you can toast to that. You know, they definitely put their arms around me and just pointed me in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that worked at Nesson and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Even the people that were like at the Boston Globe, the Herald, like it was all love. It was like competition.
Yeah,
it's competition, but at the same time, they're still looking out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got Mark Murphy. I mean, I can keep going. There's a million reporters that really helped me get, you know, where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think if I wasn't in that position covering the Celtics for 4 or 5 years that I was there, then I don't think the Oklahoma City thing would have even, you know, came about. But it's been an honor, you know, and I love Oklahoma City. Never thought I'd be living here. I'll tell y'all that much. You know, I thought Oklahoma City was just gonna be one of those cities where I just drove through to get to Dallas or something. You know what I'm saying?
Like a pit stop, yeah.
You know, like a pit stop. You know, but it ended up being home. You know, it became home. It was the first place I moved out. It wasn't like I moved down the street from my mom and them. You know, it was like you're moving across the country. So it was definitely different, challenging at times. But, you know, the team brought me in with open arms and, you know, let me, allowed me to grow and be able to just be a part of something special here. You know, like it feels like a family atmosphere here. And that's the same thing with the Celtics. So I had two great organizations that I was able to cover. And, you know, meeting Russ, you know, PG, KD, I mean, Reggie Jackson, I mean, you know, Melo, Victor Oladipo, the list goes on. I met so many great players here and developed those friendships and relationships, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So
how far back does this go time-wise with the Thunder?
2014, 2015 season.
Okay. So what was that, the year before KD left?
That was the year after.
So I was there for my first season. They didn't make the playoffs. So
yes,
that was the Bones-Jones fracture.
Oh, okay.
So that was the year when he played like 10 games, got hurt, then didn't come back, came back for like 2 games, and then got hurt again, and then they was all right, forget about it. So then they didn't make the playoffs that year. That's the Anthony Davis heave up the half court shot.
Yeah, that was a big time shot.
Yeah. So that shot pretty much cost us the playoffs. So you know, that was my first year, and then the second year I was here was the 3-1 lead we blew against Golden State. The crazy part is in my career, game sixes have stopped me from going to the NBA Finals. That's one of the only things left on my bucket list is to cover the NBA Finals with the team that got me there. I could easily go if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I want to go. I want my first one to be with the team that brought me there.
Dope.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, game 6, LeBron in Boston, his best game in his career.
Yeah, I agree.
He stopped me. He stopped me from going to the NBA Finals. I already had everything ready to go. It was going to be OKC versus the Boston Celtics. I had it ready. And then LeBron just came and he played amazing. And then obviously we went.
Was that the year with Rondo's 44, 11, and 8 or 9 when he had that in Miami?
Rondo went insane that year.
Yep. That was the Bron face game. Game 6.
Yeah.
Bron face. That was also the year that Avery Bradley took over for Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Well, Ray Allen and them were there.
He was there still, but he was off the bench. Bradley was starting.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. So because they adjusted the lineup. Doc Rivers.
Yep.
So So that game 6 stopped me, and then obviously they lost. You know, the Celtics lost in game 7 in Miami, and then game 6 Clay got me again. I already had everything booked for Cleveland, and then game 6 Clay, man. And once we had that game 7, I was like, we're not coming back.
Yeah, in Golden State. That makes it really tough. So, question, man, for a lot of people out there who may not know, how did you get the name Sneaker Reporter?
So crazy, man. Being in Boston, I've always been a sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a sneakerhead. And I would always, when I was covering the Celtics, I was suit and tie combination all the time. Like anybody would tell you, I still got a million suits. I'm still that type of guy. I love to dress up. But I remember Gary Washburn and I believe it was one of the guys that were writing for, I want to say it was like one of the, CLSN. What is it? I forget the they got the whole branch or whatever like that.
Yeah, they got that whole umbrella. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Huh.
You know what I'm talking about. So Jared Wise, he writes for The Athletic now. Back at the time, he was with this other company. I believe it's CLNS. If I want to be 100%, but if not, I'm sorry guys if you guys watch this.
No, it could also be NCIS or CSI. CSI Miami. We'll never know.
So, they're still big though. They cover the Celtics, man. They're pretty impressive. So I've been on a lot of their shows and stuff. But it was him and Gary, Jared Wise and Gary. They both were like, man, you wear sneakers and stuff like on Instagram and social media and stuff like that. Like why don't you just be yourself a little bit more? And I was like, well, I don't know what I can really do, so I'm just gonna play it safe. So they was like, why don't you just wear some casual clothes, with some sneakers or whatever like that, and then you can kind of be like the sneaker reporter. Like you're not talking about.
Dope.
So they was like, you're not talking about sneakers, but you're a reporter that's wearing sneakers, So when I did that, it kind of opened up a lot of dialogue for a lot of players and stuff because it helped out that I was a sneakerhead because I had a lot of stuff in my collection that they was like, man, how you get that? And it would open up dialogue to start interviews and a rapport and everything like that. So that's how that pretty much came about. So it's not – so many people think – it can go different ways. Yep. Obviously, people can think I'm just talking about sneakers, but at the same time, like – I'm a reporter in the locker room that wears sneakers and I'm doing a job.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of look at it.
And it really makes you stand out because, like when you go and cover these different teams, like I was lucky enough and Himes as well to like cover the Clippers this year. And a lot of times we're the youngest guys, you know what I'm saying? So if we come dressed like them, we don't stand out as much because it's just like, okay, who are you?
You try and create the rapport. The way that you represent yourself when you go see players also sets up the first introduction with them. Like definitely. I remember seeing the story that you did on it was Oklahoma City's news channel, right? And you were talking about how your first big interview, like the big break, big one, was Paul George, if I'm correct. You mentioned how Paul George was one of the biggest, like, first interviews and, like, one of the guys that you actually got to know really well.
Definitely in my career, yeah. Because me and him, his first All-Star season was my first All-Star weekend. So, you know what I'm saying? So, we both had our first together. So, it was kind of like when he was in Indiana, I was in Boston. But anytime he came to Boston, like, he always showed me, like, unbelievable love. Him, Steph Curry, even KD, like, Kevin, like, people don't understand how important like Kevin Durant was to the launch of my brand in Oklahoma City.
Dope.
And I owe so much to him, man. Like that's my guy. Every time I get the chance, I try to holler at him and stuff like that, and let him know, and we'll chop it up every now and then. But he meant a lot. Oh, I dropped my phone. But he meant a lot.
With Paul George though, like we met him in Oklahoma City, right? Michael and I met him in Oklahoma City.
Before that.
Yeah, before
UCLA. Remember UCLA?
We met him at UCLA, and then we met him in Oklahoma City, right? So we got to actually like talk to him a couple times, and every time we saw him, and this was like,
love.
Yeah, like he actually went out of. I remember in Oklahoma City, I'm like, he's probably not gonna remember me. The guy goes out of his way to come up to me, say hello, and like chop it up for a minute, and and it made my day. I'm like, wow, like you have this as a fan, you have this kind of preconceived notion that the Stars, not necessarily all of them, look above everyone else, right?
Yeah,
they're not on that equal playing field, but it's more like, well, these are guys who are not really as approachable. Then you actually talk to them, and you realize that they're level-headed human beings like ourselves.
True,
and it creates that much more of a dynamic, that love for the game, that love for the players.
And he's an LA County guy, so just real chill, real cool. So, but it's really dope the connections you get, and like we really stand out when we come with our own style. We're African American, so that already puts
that helps a little bit. But I mean, just because they see a familiar face,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that's the biggest thing. But for me, my biggest thing was just creating my own lane and my own niche. If I go in there with a suit and tie combination, talking about everything that everybody else is talking about, I don't stand out.
Yeah,
you know what
facts.
I'm saying? So I had to come with a different approach. Still talk about the game, but if I could add a little bit of, the outside of the game, the aspects of, lifestyle, what you're listening to or different things like that, or what sneakers you're looking forward to, I'm gonna throw that in there as well, because that's the culture, and I know that's what people want to listen to as well.
Yeah.
So that's always been my MO, is just to make sure that I get the game out there, but at the same time be able to give them what's happening outside the game, so people can know the players a little bit more.
Yeah, you're creating a human relation. Like it's not just you're talking about an athlete, you're talking about a person.
You're not talking to robots. You're talking to people who actually live life other than doing their job, just like every other human being.
And that job's funny because this year Oklahoma City's been doing their job.
Very surprising. Like, to be honest, I was like, they're gonna make the playoffs because it's CP3, but I really was like, they're just planning to trade him and get him out of there. But man, Shea was playing well. It was like everybody just put it all together, and man, look where they are.
Think about that trade for a second. The Clippers and the Thunder trade, right?
Yeah.
Who would have thought where we sit right now, the Paul George trade,
that they would be so close?
Don't get me wrong, the Clippers definitely got the piece they needed, right? But for the value that the Oklahoma City Thunder got, you almost can make an argument saying the Thunder have won that trade right now. You can make that argument.
For right now, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Right now. We'd have to see more about the draft picks, what they turn out to be, and also future down the road. Just like with the Celtics-Nets trade, people kind of scratch their head for a moment, and all these years later, we're like, wow, Boston really did fleece them. And now we might end up getting another pick. If Memphis misses the postseason this year, do you know that if Memphis misses the postseason, we get another lottery
pick? Here goes this Boston talk, man.
No.
I'm all for it.
But that's the point. That's the point. The Thunder are 40-24.
Hey, y'all talking about picks, Lakers talking about championships. But the fact that the Thunders are tied with the Rockets, like no one would have thought this. So with you like covering them, like what was the energy around this team? Because I know it was a big surprise for everyone.
Yeah, it was just they were all loose, man. They were all loose. That was probably the first time I saw like the players actually like hanging together. You know what I'm saying? Like before it was like Russ had his people he hang with, KD had his people he hang with.
Yeah.
Obviously they'll hang with each other in the same place too, but you have your people that know you a little bit more on a personal level.
Yep.
I felt like with this Thunder team, like they made it an initiative, like, all right, we got to make sure that, we get to know each other on a personal level and on a playing level. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like they really made a point to do that. And you could tell by the chemistry on and off the court. They're playing on the court with chemistry, but then off the court, they're like, hey, let's go get something to eat. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's Shea, CP3, and there's a huge age gap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
But they're still chopping it up, and they're still being able to, be around each other and have that chemistry. And if you have that chemistry, it's going to flow onto the court.
It's the most random bunch of guys, though. If you think about it, like Steven Adams, Danilo Gallinari, CP3.
Guys, they all that style. Just they love getting dressed and they love showing out. You know what I'm saying? Like when they have that little pregame, when they have the pregame walk-in, like they're trying to compete against each other right there. But then also they're trying to help each other off the court and on the court. So it's pretty cool. Like they got a great bond with this team, and Billy Donovan really should be coach of the year. I don't care what nobody says.
No, he's doing a hell of a job.
Hey, he's done a hell of a job. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wanted his job to be taken, and now his contract's going to be up. So he's gonna be trying to either renew or we're gonna figure out what's gonna happen with that. But even though, like I told people, even though this is gonna be my last season covering the Thunder, like I still got a job to do, and I still got to make sure that we get that Mickey Mouse championship before I leave.
Facts. Hey, so you said that it's your last year covering the Thunder. So for all your fans out there, people checking out our dope show, what do you have next, man? What's going on next?
Man, I got a couple of options. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure it out. It's more so a family decision.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how I can take care of the family. But as soon as I know, everybody's gonna know. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know. The thing is, there's a lot of pressure on it because my lease is up in like 2 weeks. So it's like I gotta figure some things out. But it was just one of those where I felt like being out here for so long without having my family and that support system, around, it kind of got to me. Okay. And I felt like I was kind of losing my mojo a little bit, so I gotta figure things out, especially with this COVID and all this stuff. I felt like I really want to be around family and friends, and we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But Alex, you will get this from me. I'm gonna tell y'all on the show. Boston 2025. I'll be back in Boston 2025. That's already a given.
I told my mom.
Okay.
My mom is, of course, the one from Massachusetts, right? And I told her my biggest dream as a kid is to go to a Celtic game in the Garden with my mom. I still haven't been able to go to one with her. So I told her once all this passes.
Why hasn't it happened?
Why hasn't it?
Yeah.
College, divorced parents, life.
I mean, hey, I'm a text away now, so if you need it, let me know.
Oh, man I got my cousins that are still out there, and I told them, as soon as COVID ends, I'll be out there for it. But this is the same thing I'm going to say to you. Okay. Now you know us. I got a pad in L.A. You feel free to come out here. You got a place to stay.
I appreciate that.
And just know you don't have to worry about me when it comes to watching the game at the Garden, because I just like to go to Staples and see championships be won in the past 20, 30 years, a bunch of them.
You can't count as many as we can.
Yeah, man. You can't count, and you can't. There's something about the parquet floor versus that boring purple and gold. I can't put my finger on it. I want to tell you something, though. Some stats that I found very interesting about the Thunder this year. Right?
Okay.
They're sitting on the 40-24 record. They're tied with Houston.
Tied with the Rockets.
Yes, sir.
This season was an assumed. I feel like this is a fair assessment. It was an assumed wash season after the CP3 Russ trade, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So right now they sit 9th in the NBA for win percentage, 5th in the league for overall field goal percentage, right? Yep. 9th in defensive rating, and CP3 is outplaying expectations.
Yeah.
He hasn't got hurt.
He hasn't got hurt, and he's been productive, and he's blended and meshed with this team beyond what I thought he would. I really thought like
he had something. I just think that CP3 really has something to prove, because he was getting bad talk saying that he was the issue when it came to the Rockets and everything. So he's just showing you kind of the CP3 that we first saw when he was in New Orleans playing with the Hornets. So I just think that man, he's just showing out. But since the NBA is returning, they're gonna be out there at Disney World. Yeah. Who are your favorites? Who are your favorites to make it out of the East and West?
Presumed if the NBA
does come back,
Yeah, if it does come back, we gotta figure it out. But my favorites, I'm gonna give you 3 from each conference. How about that? I'm gonna go OKC as a dark horse. I'm gonna go Clippers, and I'm gonna go Lakers. Those are the 3 for me right there.
Okay.
East, I'm definitely going Celtics, Bucks, and then I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Raptors still. I think the Raptors, they had a great season. A lot of people wrote them off too.
Yeah.
As soon as Kawhi left, they was like, all right, whatever. And then Pascal was like, nah. I'm going to step my game up.
Siakam is playing amazing.
Look, I'll break it down for you very easily. The Lakers and the Clippers from the West.
Of course.
Lakers and Clippers from the West.
I agree.
I'm giving the edge off the bat, and I said this to Michael yesterday on Don't At Me. Just because it's easier to brush off the rust from defense versus offense, you have to put up shots. I'm giving the Clippers the slight edge immediately, but in the 8 games.
Lakers got size.
Not in the playoffs. You heard what I'm saying.
All right.
The 8 games, which can shift things. Defense is easier to get back to than offense.
I agree.
So I got the Clippers as slight edge with the Lakers in the regular, right, for now. In the East, it's top 3, of course. I'm going to have the Bucks at number 1 just because I'm giving them the respect they deserve.
Giannis.
But then the Celtics, and let me go into that, and then the Raptors. The Celtics are the one team in the East that have such a young core that's ready to go out the gate. that isn't sick. The Raptors are dealing with two guys in Kyle Lowry and not Serge Ibaka, in Marc Gasol, who've slimmed down and lost weight, which is great. But
ready to go.
That means they had to get acclimated with the team much quicker, and they had to be ready to go. No. It's nothing to slouch on.
I'm back on my. We can't sleep on Philly. Cause Ben Simmons and Embiid are gonna be healthy.
Look. I love Philly. I just think that they got to get that chemistry together, man.
Yeah.
My thing is, you got to understand. At the end of the day, nobody's the guy on that team.
No, true.
If they're gonna win, nobody's the guy. Mm-hmm. Nobody's guy. That means Ben Simmons ain't number one. Joel Embiid ain't number one.
I agree.
We gotta both be 1A, 1A.
They gotta do what Boston did in 08, where the top three guys split it every night.
They gotta be they gotta be the Showtime Lakers. Allow Ben to be Magic when he can, and allow Embiid to be Kareem when he can, and I think that they can win. Tobias is your James Worthy. And that can win a championship.
See, remember what I said earlier about him being a biased fan?
It's all good, man.
Man, how am I biased?
Because your immediate association is to go Showtime Lakers for Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Because they're like Magic and Kareem. I said that before.
Not at all.
Check the tape. I said it before.
Yeah, you can check the tape, but that doesn't mean it's real, accurate, or anything.
It's close enough. Of course, he's not Magic. Magic is probably the second greatest basketball player to ever play after Jordan.
Not just that. You're calling Joel Embiid the equivalent to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for that team.
That was an old Kareem, and Embiid can shoot threes, and he's still down, but now he's actually healthy. But we could talk about it all day.
I'm gonna shift over because I feel like the Thunder too. Don't sleep on the Thunder because Shea and all these guys been really putting in that work still. While everybody else is still
that's the problem though. They got the toughest schedule though. Their schedule,
and they're young for the playoffs.
I'll read it for you. Their schedule out the gate is the Jazz, Nuggets, Lakers, Grizzlies, Wizards, Suns, Heat, Clippers.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to play.
There are 5 teams that are actually tough: the Jazz, Nuggets, Lakers, and Heat. And I feel like they'll go 4-4.
I feel like that. You got to understand, there's going to be people that are going to sit out too. So
True.
That's going to affect things too.
Yep.
Because you got to look at this. And this is something that a lot of people aren't looking at. CP3 he's been healthy all year.
Yeah.
Gallinari has been healthy all year. Shea only missed 1 game, and that was in Boston because they told him, hey, take it easy. So the fact that these guys are real hoopers, same thing with Schroeder. We got basically the 6th man of the year too. A lot of people keep sleeping on him because of what
the play from Steven Adams to Schroeder for the buzzer beater. Still probably one of the best plays from the season.
No, I like to play when he was smiling at the dude before he attacked him. I know I'm about to give you buckets. That play was legendary.
But you got to look at that, though. That this is the first time a Thunder team has been this healthy since I've been here.
No, for real, I agree. So
you know what I'm saying? So, and they've been in the gym getting it in.
So you heard it here first. We got to make sure we look out for the Thunder. Because if something happened, we really going to have to show you love.
Yeah, honestly, everyone that's tuned in, that's watching or listening, make sure to hit up Sneaker Reporter if the Thunder don't go far. Not us. Don't kill the messenger.
Don't kill us.
It's him. Look. I don't want to jinx nothing. I'm just saying I've seen it, and they've been really healthy and they've been really getting it done. The whole season, the whole vibe around Oklahoma City is, man, we could do something special. We just hope that nobody gets hurt.
They're playing with house money. They're playing with house. No one expected them to be like this. Nobody did. Just like how last year in the playoffs, Portland was the one playing with house money.
No, yeah,
true. We watched a Western Conference Finals that was a first-round series.
Speaking of Portland, make sure y'all watch out because if Zach Collins is there, Nurkic is there, Melo.
They haven't played. They haven't blended. They haven't meshed. They don't have Rodney
Nobody
Hood.
hasn't played. Everybody has been kicking back.
No, not just that.
Trying to get themselves together.
Season to play. All right.
We're going to check it out.
Look. You got to play some games to get acclimated first.
Yeah, so you got 8 games to play. So they have 8 games to get into.
They didn't have the games in the beginning of the year. Now they don't have Rodney Hood. They've had injuries galore. I don't trust it.
I don't want to hear anything about Rodney Hood. But, hey, just to move it along, man, don't say he's not a big part of that. But, so just to take it to the sneaker aspect, I want to talk about, so what are your go-to shoes, man?
Right now it's been the Vapor Max. I've been rocking a lot of Vapor Maxes. Also the Jordan 1. You can't go wrong with Jordan 1s. Those are the 2 go-to shoes like right now. The crazy thing is though, like, I got a lot of my stuff already boxed up and everything like that. But it's definitely, I left the Vapor Max out. I left the 2 pairs of Air Jordans out, Air Jordan 1s out. I got a pair of PG4s out. Those are comfortable.
Yeah.
And a pair of the Freak 1s, the Giannis's. So that's my rotation right now. Everything else is boxed up, ready to go.
Hey, so your favorite Jordans will be the Jordan 1s?
Hell no.
Man, don't disrespect them. Hey, those are my favorite. They became at first I was an 11 guy, but the more you wear the ones and you look at it, you just like them things are like the perfect shoe.
They too flat, man. It's too flat.
Yeah,
I agree,
True.
dude. I bought my first pair of Jordans, my first official pair of Jordans this year, right? I've wanted this same pair for years, but I was like, I'm not going to spend the money on it. And then the government called and gave me $1,200. And I'm like, well, maybe I can actually get a pair of Jordans. So I decided it. I got it.
Hey, that's a story in his own self. We need to do a story about you buying your first pair of Jordans.
Jordan 11 retros, man.
Okay, the breads. Okay.
So what would be your favorite?
Yeah, so my favorite Air Jordan is the Air Jordan 4.
Okay.
So right now I love the fact they're doing the 34. It's like the new version of the Jordan 4. So I'm getting like all of them. I'm like, I don't care what color it is. I'm just
give it to me, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't care. So I love the Jordan 4. I've been trying to get my hands on the Jordan 4 Lightning. That's the only shoe that I want.
Okay.
That I haven't been able to get my hands on. I saw a size 12 for $2,500 the other day. So I'm waiting for that price to come down.
No, facts. That's crazy. So another thing.
Look at Alex's face. Look at Alex's face.
That's my Robinhood account right now. What?
Man, these shoes. Hey, I was trying to get those Dior Jordans so I can flip them things for the for the 15K, but
the 15K.
Yeah, no luck, man. So so what shoes? Before we get out of here, what shoes do you wear that no one would expect? Like, is there a pair of shoe that you be like, people don't really rock these, but I rock with them? Is there a certain shoe you have?
I mean, I definitely like rocking Chuck Taylors. Like, a lot of people don't know that. I definitely like rocking Chuck Taylors. They look comfortable. They're not comfortable.
No, hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that, I don't know how them ballers used to play with that back in the day. Like, all them, like Julius Erving and all them, like,
Bird, dude.
We talked about it earlier. They wasn't playing anybody. That's why you can wear those.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I wear a lot of Chuck Taylors. A lot of people wouldn't expect that. What's another shoe?
I know the exact shoe that you.
I wear a lot of Reeboks too.
I know that you have one pair of shoe that you won't admit to wearing, but I know you wear it around the house.
Which one?
Crocs.
Don't got them. The crazy part.
Yeah, real men don't wear Crocs.
This is funny because my sister came out here, and she was out here for since she was out here for the whole COVID, for like 3-4 months, just living off me, pretty much. Anyway, so
that's called the hustle, baby.
Yeah. So she came out here and she had like a whole Crocs collection. Like, she had rainbow, yellow, blue. It didn't matter what the hell. She had Crocs on deck. So
insane.
I was feeling the tie-dye ones she had. She had some tie-dye rainbow ones. And I was like, that would kind of go good with this Sneaker Reporter hoodie I was working on. So I might pull the trigger on those. I might. I never had a pair of Crocs though. I've always been like, you know what? I'll just get some eye slides, or I'll make sure that I get some regular Jordan slides or Adidas slides and keep it moving.
Or just wear Adidas slides and not wear Crocs and wear Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs aren't for me. So I'd rather wear some Chuck Taylors around the house.
I'd rather step on bananas and walk around with mushed banana on my foot than wear a pair of Crocs.
Oh, that's tough.
Like Super Mario dropping the banana peel and I just fall. Like, I'd rather have that than wear a pair of Crocs, bro.
Man, tell all the people where they can find you and where they can find all your work, man, just so they can show love.
Definitely, you can go to SneakerReporter.com, check out everything we got going on there. New content constantly, daily. Twitter, Travis Singleton. Instagram, Sneaker Reporter. I had Sneaker Reporter on Twitter, but they suspended my account because of copyright. So the crazy thing was they took it down because there was music in the arena that
was the excuse.
Are you serious?
Was it. So it was like 4 different videos I put up that went viral like crazy with like Russ dancing and stuff like that. And they shut it down because the music in the background. So it was like 2 Future songs, and I think he was dancing to like Block Boy JB and Drake's joint, and then something else. But they shut it down. They shut it down or whatever. They was like, you don't have the rights to the music and stuff like that. So I had like almost 20,000 followers on there, and then all of a sudden it just, But anyways, I'm not gonna reminisce on that. So you can also on YouTube you can check out all my interviews as well. Sneaker Reporter. Just type that in, they'll all pop up, and then Facebook Sneaker Reporter. Yeah, that's about it, man. Just
as
type
usual,
in
guys. The links to all of Travis's channels will be in the comment section down below, so you can check them out there.
Definitely, man.
This has been.
I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took out the time and stuff like that. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all stay in contact and stuff like that. And
Yes, sir.
like I said, I'll let you guys know.
You got a
I'll let
place
you
to
guys know
stay
what
in
you're doing.
LA, man. Just let us know. If you shoot me a text, you want to come out here for a week, we got a place to stay.
Hey, man, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah.
Hey,
ask him. Ask Michael. I'm good on my word for that.
No, facts. So next time you come to the city, for sure, man, make sure you we'll make sure I'll make sure we stay in touch so we can do this again, do it live, man, right in person. So hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. I know you guys loved it. Sneaker Reporter, man. Make sure y'all check out his work. Don't at me. It never stops. We got so much coming for y'all. Y'all
guys, stay tuned. The schedule is big. We have like so many interviews and shows about to drop.
This is just
one of the many ones. This is one of the better ones. Guys, come on. As usual, like and subscribe. Man. Let us know what you think in the comment section. I am at HymesLA, HYMESLA. Also, like and subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to comment. And this is
Michael DPG. Hey, they call us the more hip and more modern version of PTI with the white guy and black guy. So we on the come up, man.
We guess who's Tony Kornheiser?
Nah, get out of here.
Yep.
I'm Mike Wilbon. I'm Wilbon, bro. I'm the level-headed one.
Get out of here. But hey, make sure you guys check out our past episodes. We got the Odd Couple, Clipper Darrell, Glass Malone, got work with Paul Pierce. Huh?
Shout out to Clipper Darrell.
Yeah, Clipper Darrell, a real one. So, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We know that you loved it. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit us up on social media.
Hey,
peace.
One more thing. Shout out to Russ, too. I know that's your boy. Shout out to Russ, man. I just want to say he's helped me out a lot in my career as well. And definitely wanted to shout him out because he's in these streets, doing it for the right cause.
No, yeah, man. Shout out to the team. D-Bev, Juice, man. They out there getting it. So, much love, man.
Hey, Ray. I just saw Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Protesting.
Yeah,
Ray as well.
Yeah, he was out there in Tulsa doing his thing. So, hey, man, a lot of work coming. We thank you guys for tuning in. Don't at me, baby. Peace.